What's up guys, it's Mike. Welcome back or to the channel. I hope everybody's having a great day out there. Today we're gonna save some money. That's right, I know we don't usually save money with the Jeep. It's kind of an oxymoron. When you buy a Jeep you gotta just empty every pocket, but today we're actually gonna save a few bucks, and it is on rust repair, and it is something that most of you guys can do at home yourselves. I do have multiple spots of rust on the Jeep and multiple areas that I do want to repair. Today we're going to start with the doors because it is something that is going to be quite easy and quite quick for me to do, and it is something that I just noticed while we were detailing the Jeep. And if you didn't catch that last one, then definitely go back there and check that one out because it was a mess. It got totally destroyed and somehow we got it back. Got it back to life. So it looks good now, it's ready to go, and I cannot wait to get it driving again and get in it and go for a ride. But before we do that, we're still waiting on a few parts. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you play hard. You gotta fix it after, and yeah, we're still waiting for parts. But today we're gonna go repair that rust, and I'll show you a couple other things that we're gonna repair, other rust spots and stuff like that. I will update you guys. I'm still waiting for that light from KC to see what they say. I am gonna try to claim some warranty on that and see if maybe we get lucky and they send us some new lights, because they are pretty good with their warranties and they have great lights. So I have nothing bad to say about them yet, and I don't think I will have anything bad to say about them. So let's go down and let me show you guys the rust that I'm talking about on my door. Here we are, and the rust that I'm talking about today is right here. So it is a little bit hidden. It is behind this weather stripping here on the passenger side door. You can see I'm on the passenger side, but it's basically from about here. You can see a bit of rust starting, and it continues on all the way up into there. So basically what I'm gonna do today is hit it with the grinder, get all that rust off, and basically the lip all the way down the bottom is also rusty, so we're gonna go all the way basically up to the lip. I'm not gonna do this side yet because I haven't decided if I want to paint this side. I don't know how the paint will match exactly, so we're gonna paint it and find out once we paint this side. And if it looks good enough, then we can always go back and grind off this side. But for now, what I'm gonna do is tape it off over here just so that we can do the bottom edge and the inside edge over here. Now there is a couple other rust spots that I will be addressing soon, such as over here. Over here, I think there's a little bit of rust on this patch right here, and this from when we sat on the rock, you can see it's already starting to rust in a few spots here. So the first thing we're gonna do is grind it all down, probably right up to about there, all the way. And I think that's gonna line up with the bottom of the Jeep. That's pretty much where we're gonna go, is just a hair underneath this right here, and we'll go all the way across, and that'll give us a nice section that we can actually sand down, paint, seal, and then I'll get some rock sliders to throw on there. But for now, we're gonna start with the door and we'll work our way around. But there is a few other rust spots that I do want to address, such as this. This is primer, that's why it hasn't started rusting yet. But this, that, around the door here, this big spot here, which is actually part of the body mount. Right here it's starting. We've got a tiny little bit in there. And on this side, it's really not that bad. There's a bit starting over here. We've got a bit over there on the fender. And you can see a bit behind there. So it's not too bad. We will get to it. We will address it all. The only thing is, we don't know how the paint's gonna match, and I don't want to just start putting on 100 different shades of yellow so that it starts looking all patched up and different. So I think we can paint these quarter sections black and then put something over them. That's not going to be an issue, so I'll be able to do this quarter at least. This quarter I don't really want to address yet because I want to actually fix the rust on the inside and the actual mount and make sure that it's good after. So to do that, we're probably gonna have to take the body mounts off, and we're gonna have to see what's going on in there and repair all of that. So that's gonna be a later project. That's a winter project. That's gonna be along with this mount over here. You can see it's starting to go as well. and this mount is okay, this mount is okay, but this one we need to address, and the ones on the other side are okay too. So we've got 2 on the driver's side that we need to take care of. Like I said, that's a little bit more work and a little bit more extensive, so that's something that we're going to take care of on the off season, and we will address it soon. But let's start small and let's see what we can get done. So today we're going to do this door, and let me get this weather stripping off to actually show you guys a little bit better what it looks like under there. So I've already started, and I'll show you guys a little trick. These little clips in here, these guys, what you want to do is pull it one way to pull it off, get that one side off, and then pull it the other way, and it just pops right off. So basically pull it one way, pull it the other way, and they pop right off. Pretty simple, and you don't have to damage any of the clips, and you can still reuse them after. So that's one tip that I'll give you guys right there. You can get these off without damaging your rubber and without damaging the clips. Got the weather stripping off, and now you can see the rust is all along here and inside there. So we've got it basically on 1, 2, 3, and I guess you can call that 4 surfaces. So not too bad, not too crazy, but we do need to go and attack it now before it destroys the door. So we'll go from there all the way around right up to there, and yeah, let's get at it. Today I get to finally use my new tool. I got myself a Milwaukee M12 fuel brushless angle grinder, and this guy has 4 speed settings on it, so it'll do, I think, 5,000, 10,000, oh no, sorry, it'll do 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, and 24,500 RPMs. So depending on your job, you can pretty much control the speed of whatever bit you put on, or whatever surface disc or whatever you're using. Today I think I will be using the same thing that I used on the skid plate, so I'll be using one of these guys, and this guy is nice at taking off rust and paint. You can see that's the one I was using on the skid plate. I will start with the new one just because it has that better edge, so it'll get in there nice and crisp. So let's get at it and let's start grinding away. We're down to the bare metal all the way around, and the only part we need to get to is inside the actual little gap there, inside that lip. But I'll get that with a sanding disc in just a second. And there's a few of these guys here that behind these clips, it was a little bit too much for my disc to fit in between there. You can see, where did I put it? You can see it's a little bit too thick. It kind of gets caught up on those like right there. So what we're gonna do is basically just take ourselves a sanding disc, which is a lot thinner, put it in there and get those little areas that we missed, and then we'll hit it with the primer. I also did get this edge all the way around. So now all we need to do is get the last little bits and we'll be good to paint. So I'm gonna finish it up real quick. As you can see, I already taped off the door so that we don't get anything inside. Now I'm just gonna finish the rest and I'll tape off the back and we should be good to paint. There we go, she's all taped off, and we've got just the part that we need painted exposed, and I'm just gonna run it over with a tack cloth just to get everything off of here, just so that it's not dusty when we go to paint it, but should be good to go. Now let's go and let's hit it with the primer. And there we have it. That should be good enough for the first coat. I'm gonna leave this to dry and we'll come back and we'll hit it with another coat or two of primer, and then we'll hit it with the yellow paint and we'll see how well it matches. And there we go, the primer's dried. There we go. That's the first coat of primer, and I let it dry pretty much all the way. It's been 4 hours. This way I can actually lay down a second coat and actually see where it needs to be put now that it's cured properly. So let's go, let's do the second coat. We'll see if we need to do a third, and then we'll lay down the yellow. That should be good for now. We'll come back and we'll hit it with one more layer. Just give it about 20 minutes to flash off, and then we'll do the last layer. But it's looking pretty good. That's 20 minutes there. It is dry to the touch, so we should be good to go. And yeah, let's go hit the last coat of primer, because I think 3 should be good enough to give it a nice even coating. And then we'll let it dry overnight, because it is already getting late. It is almost 11 o'clock. So yeah, we'll hit it with the last coat, let it set, and then in the morning I'll come back and we'll hit it with like 3 or 4 coats of yellow. That should be good enough. I think it looks pretty damn even to me. Now we'll leave this alone, let it settle overnight. We'll come back and we'll do the yellow. So I'll see you guys in the morning. So it is the next day, and there we have it, one freshly primed door, and it came out pretty good. These pieces that you see here are pretty much the metal that flaked away. We ground it down until there was no rust left, and that's pretty much what it looks like without me actually taking the seam out and grinding it right away, like right out of here. It's not really gonna do much better for me sitting there and grinding it away, because then we're just gonna have the door open up on itself. So I did use a rust stop primer, and right now we are gonna be using a high solids enamel paint. It is high gloss OSHA yellow. So let's see exactly how that looks. But from the paint swatches I had, because I had swatches from here, and it looked as close as I could get. I know I could go out and get myself a can of the actual paint, but for an inconspicuous area like this, I already had this stuff laying around and I didn't want to wait like a week or 2 to get the actual paint. So for this area, we'll do this. We'll see how it comes out, and maybe we'll go pick up a can of actual paint so we can do the corners or something like that. But I was thinking of doing these, the rockers here, painting these in actually gravel guard, just because they're gonna get messed up and scratched up anyway. So why bother trying to match the paint? You're gonna see a paint line anyway, since we're gonna do a line across. It's kind of hard to blend that in with the top of the vehicle. So without painting the entire Jeep at the moment, I think we might just do gravel guard on this, and maybe even on the corners, but I don't like the look of that. I kind of like the yellow corners. There we have the first coat, and I think it came out pretty good. Now I know it's not going to be a direct match. You can see the yellow over there, and this is a lot brighter, but for this inconspicuous area I think it'll work perfect, because you're only going to end up seeing about a 1/4 inch of this once the actual weather stripping is on. I'll go show you guys on the other side. So if you see, we're painting this section right here, and the section that's basically behind that rubber. So for the part that we're painting, it should come out great. And you can see on this side, we've got a little bit of wear here, a little bit of paint rubbing off, but that's pretty much the worst of it. There's not really any rust on this side, so I'm not gonna really worry about going through doing it on this side. I think this door will survive. but that one I didn't want it to get any worse and actually bubble up and expand, and then we would have either the door not wanting to close, or the door leaking, or the door whistling more, or just a whole bunch of issues. So I think we caught it at the perfect time, and hopefully it won't come back. And there's the second coat. This one was a little bit heavier so that we can actually get some good coverage. And I think the third coat will be perfect. I don't know if we'll need a fourth. So let's wait for this one to dry and we'll hit it with the final coat. Nice, now it's time to do round 3. And then I think we should be good to go. But it's looking pretty good, honestly. Not gonna lie. And with the paint fumes swirling still, I think we're gonna call that a day. And it came out pretty damn good. No drips, no runs. I think it looks great. Now only time will tell. Let's wait for it to dry and we'll see the final product. Paint is dry. We're gonna go check it out in 2 seconds, but these just came in today actually. I just got the delivery. Our new jet tags, I should say, are in. And you guys already know the motto, wrench, wreck, repeat. I live by it, and now we've got jet tags. So if anybody is interested, these are up on the site already, and as well as these ones and t-shirts. I've also got t-shirts up on the site and some stickers. So definitely jump down there. The link's in the description. Check it out. I appreciate everything you guys do help me out with by purchasing something, and you already know every purchase, the profits are going back into the Jeep to make more content for you guys. And these are the shirts, guys. I know you guys have seen me wear it in a few videos. It's got the retro font and they are pretty limited. I don't know if I'll be making these ones again. I might be doing another run, but I'm not sure. And the first 10 people that order either a shirt or a key tag right now will be getting free stickers thrown into their order. So definitely jump on that, guys. And once again, thank you for anybody that does help me out. And it is dry, but it is not ready to be touched yet. It is still a little bit like I would say soft. It still needs to cure for another day or 2, but it does look pretty good. I've got one drip over here. I can't lie, there is a little drip, but other than that, it came out pretty good. Now it doesn't match perfectly, but once I actually put the weather stripping on, I don't think we'll be able to tell at all. So let me throw it on, just mock it up, and we'll see what it looks like. So I threw the weather stripping on really quick, but I didn't actually attach it all the way because it is still gonna cure and I don't want to leave it on. But you guys can see with the weather stripping on, you don't really see much, and what you do see, it looks pretty good. Like it matches when your eye looks at it. As well as over here, you're gonna see a little bit of a line, but you don't really notice it much. And from the angle it's at, you really won't see it. And I think it looks a lot better than having it rusting, and it's gonna not bubble up, and we're not gonna have any kind of issues where we're gonna have to replace the entire door now. So I think we're good. Honestly, I'm happy with the repair. I think it looks good. Saved myself a couple $100 by not having to take it to the body shop. And that one little drip, once it does dry, I can wet sand that, and you're not really gonna see it much because it's on the bottom. And I'll throw a little bit of more paint on that one edge and it'll be good. But right now, my hands are covered in yellow from just trying to put this weather stripping on, from touching a few pieces here and there. So I don't really want to play with it too much because, yeah, I'm just gonna mess it up. So at this point, I'm happy with it. I think I'm gonna pull the weather stripping back again and we're gonna let it cure. But at this point, I think it looks pretty good. So I stuck the weather stripping in the pocket here. You can see I'm getting paint on it already, but once that paint dries, it'll just flake right off. But all I did was use a piece of tape to secure it inside the pocket, and now we'll be able to close the door at least to that point. And I don't know if the camera will be able to catch it, but there is still a gap all the way around, and it isn't actually touching inside there. So if you guys see, there's no actual yellow transfer over here anywhere, because it actually has a little bit of a gap because of the weather stripping not being there. We're able to close it almost all the way and have it actually sit without the metal touching, so we should be good. Just like that, and we'll lock her up and she's good to go. So the next thing that I want to be doing is take care of this rust, paint over this before it starts rusting, and take care of this rust. The only thing that I'm thinking is I'm probably gonna have to go up about to here because of this thing. This is actually a scratch all the way down to the metal. As you guys can see, it's starting to rust a little bit in there too. So I'm pretty much gonna have to go up to that line, which will pretty much be around here on the Jeep. Now that doesn't bother me. Now I'm just thinking I'm probably gonna have to do that fender too so that it looks even, which is not a problem. So I'll do that fender and we'll go all the way back to this, like underneath here. We'll remove these on both sides. But the only other thing I'm thinking is maybe it would be nice to do the door. Now I'm not thinking of doing the whole door because I am going to be painting it black in gravel guard. I'm thinking maybe doing a strip along the bottom of the door, just like this, right about to there. Now that's to help with the edge and opening it into different things on the trail, opening it into mud holes, trees, whatever it may be. You can see there's already a bit of rust starting on the door right there, and over here. So I'm thinking it would be pretty nice to be able to just paint all of this in gravel guard and then paint all of this. I don't know how that's gonna look, leaving that gap over here. I don't know if I should leave the gap or what I should do. So let me know what you guys think, if I should paint it all the way to here and then paint this section on the door, still leaving this section yellow on both sides, or if I should paint it up to this line like I thought, leave that little section there yellow still, and then on the door do that section over here. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I should just do it all the way up the door up to here, or if I should leave that section of yellow. I think it would break it up and it would look good. I honestly don't know. I've also even been thinking of doing the entire door from this body line all the way up, do this entire area in gravel guard, and then doing the bottom strip. I don't know how that would look. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna play with a few things. If you guys do renders, let me know. Send me a render of what it would look like, but I'm gonna try playing around on the computer and seeing what it would look like and see which one would look best. But basically I just want functionality, but I don't want it to look like crap either. So that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for today's video, guys. Honestly, it was a pretty easy repair, saved a couple $100, and yeah, it was pretty easy. So honestly, I am satisfied with the results. I think it looks all right. A lot better than having it rusty, and a lot better than just painting it black, because then it would stand out like a sore thumb. This way it kind of blends in and you don't see it as much. And yeah, it is super humid down here, so I'm sweating my ass off. So I need to get out of here and go upstairs and finally just relax. But it's been a long day. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for coming out. And if you guys are new around here, drop me a like, drop me a comment, jump down there, hit that subscribe button, because there's tons more content coming your way. And this thing has a lot more parts getting added to it and a lot more off-roading to come. I cannot wait to take it back off-road. Honestly, it's been like 2 weeks and I'm just itching to go. Usually I go every weekend. You guys already know I post the videos for you guys quite often. And I haven't posted one in a couple weeks, so we will be taking it out as soon as possible. I hope that I get that part in this week and we can just get it welded up and back out on the trail by Friday, but only time will tell. So stay tuned, guys. But thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching today's video. And until next time, guys, ride safe out there. Peace.